Welcome to Upstride, Unity, where smart people learn real strategies, think sharper, and spot opportunities others miss. This AI system can generate leads that are worth $500 a day or more, and most people still have no idea how simple the core model is. It does not require coding. It does not require a big team. And it does not depend on sitting in front of a laptop all day chasing clients. This is not fantasy. This is a real automated lead generation system that can run around the clock once it is built. A lot of people start in the same place. They sell services, do outreach, send cold emails, make calls, follow up, and repeat the same cycle every week. They are always busy, but they are not building anything that works without them. Income feels unstable because every new dollar depends on more manual effort. That is the trap. The real problem is not just bad outreach. The real problem is dependence on manual work. Most people use AI to save a few minutes writing emails or generating captions.
Write me a quick email draft and a social media caption. Beverly car turned tourist and has couriers.
That helps, but it does not change the business model. The big shift happens when you stop asking, how can AI help me do this task faster? And start asking, how can AI do this system for me? That is where this gets interesting.
Instead of finding one client, serving one client, and repeating the process forever, the goal becomes building one machine that finds leads automatically. Once you understand that shift, the AI stops being a little assistant and becomes infrastructure. Here is how this works.
The system is built around local service businesses. These are some of the best markets because in Padnets, they already need customers now, not later.
Think plumbers, roofers, electricians, or any service people call when there is an urgent problem. If a pipe bursts or the AC dies in summer, nobody wants a long education. They want someone to answer the phone immediately.
That urgency is what makes the leads valuable.
So the first step is choosing a niche and a target market. The best niche is not the one. That sounds trendy. It is the one where one qualified lead has obvious dollar value. A local business that can make hundreds or thousands from one job will happily pay. And for a quality phone call if the lead is real. That is the foundation.
Now the second step is building the content engine. Most people assume content means filming yourself. And
writing scripts manually and editing for hours, that is outdated. AI can handle nearly all of that. The goal is to create short, useful videos that answer the exact questions potential customers are already searching for. For example, if the niche is plumbing, AI can generate dozens of short scripts around real problems. What to do if the water heater leaks? Signs of a hidden leak. How to unclog a drain safely. When to call a plumber instead of trying a DIY fix. You feed AI the niche, the pain points, and the local angle, and it gives you usable content fast. That means 1 hour of setup can create weeks of material.
The third step is turning those scripts into videos. This is where the system becomes scalable.
AI video tools can take the script, match it with stock footage, add text, and generate voiceover. That means the production process is no longer the bottleneck. You are not trying to become a full-time editor. You are building a repeatable asset factory. One template can be reused again and again. And that matters because the model works through volume and consistency. The more useful videos distributed in the right niche, the more opportunities there are for local leads to come in.
Now here's the part most people miss. Content alone is not enough.
If the business owner cannot clearly see where the lead came from, the entire system becomes weak. Then you need proof. You need attribution. You need a clean mechanism that turns attention into a trackable result. That is where call tracking comes in. A call tracking tool gives you unique phone numbers and that forwards to the local business while recording where the call originated.
Hello, thanks for calling.
That means each content channel or campaign can have its own number.
When someone watches a video, clicks, and calls, the business receives the lead and the system logs it automatically. That is the difference between "I think this is working" and "here is the exact call that came through." Now the business has proof. You have proof. And invoicing becomes easy.
That leads to the next step, which is partnering with a local business.
Most people overcomplicate this part. They think they need to sell some massive marketing package with confusing deliverables. You do not. You are not pitching theory. You are offering qualified phone leads.
That is a much simpler conversation.
The easiest businesses to approach are the ones already spending money to get customers. If they are running ads, they already understand that leads have value. So the pitch becomes direct and practical. Something as simple as this works. Qualified calls are being generated for businesses in your niche. There is no big retainer. Payment is only for real leads received. Would you be open to taking a few extra jobs this week if those leads were sent your way? That pitch works because it focuses on the only thing the business actually cares about: more customers. And if trust is low at the beginning, that is normal. You can remove the risk by giving a few leads first. Once a business sees real calls coming in, the conversation changes fast. At that point, it's curse. You are no longer trying to persuade them with promises. The system is doing the convincing for you. This is the real advantage.
Now we get to scaling. 1 client is proof. 2 clients is a pattern. 10 clients is a business.
The reason this model can grow toward $500 a day is not because 1 client pays a fortune. It is because the same machine can be duplicated across cities and niches. If 1 plumbing client pays $50 per qualified lead and takes just a few leads a day, the numbers start getting real fast. Then you replicate the model in another city, then another. Then you expand into adjacent service categories. The workflow stays similar. The system stays similar. Only the market changes. That is where leverage shows up. You are not working more hours. You are cloning a system that already works. This is why the model is powerful. The hard part is the first build. After that, growth comes from repetition. Content is automated. Video creation is automated. Lead tracking is automated. What remains is optimization, client management, and scale.
And once the machine is running, it does not need constant attention. It may need occasional checks, like this.
Some adjustments, and follow-up on payments. But it is not the same as waking up every day and to manually hunt for clients and pray for replies. That is a completely different reality. Instead of working inside the business every hour, you are overseeing a system that keeps producing value. After the initial setup, that is why this is not just about money. It is about time. It is about building something that does not collapse the moment you stop working for an hour.
Most people say they want passive income. What they really need is a business model.
It's designed around systems instead of effort. This is one of those models.
And the barrier to entry is lower than most people think. The tools already exist.
Many of them are low cost. Some can be tested for free. The bigger challenge is not access, it is execution. Most people hear about AI, play with a few prompts, and stop there. They never build the machine. That is the opportunity. So if you are serious about this, focus on the sequence. Pick a niche with urgent demand. Use AI to generate useful local content. Turn those scripts into videos. Add call tracking. Find a business that values qualified leads. Prove the system works. Then duplicate it. That is the play.
This is not a get-rich-quick shortcut. It is a real business model.
Results depend on niche selection, consistency, execution, and how well the system is actually built. The income examples are possible, but they are not guaranteed. They are examples of what a working system can do when the pieces are aligned. But the bigger point is simple.
Stop trading time for money in a way that can never scale. Stop using AI for tiny tasks and while ignoring the larger opportunity. Use it to build a machine that works even when you are not working. That is how this changes everything.
Subscribe to Upstride if you want real strategies, sharper thinking, and opportunities most people miss.